Okay, so I guess I'm the Invincible guy now, because today we're going to be talking about the Invincible War, Aftermath. So, Mark is still in his blue suit, which is basically his, black suit, Spider-Man suit, so he's not in the white headspace. And like the title, it's right after the Invincible War. So, Mark is going to help the city that is completely leveled when Conquest shows up, and he basically says, if you ain't been wetting this planet, I'm going to kill you. And Mark is all emo and just tells him off, and Conquest little blows him and starts beating the little piss out of Mark. I can show you on screen, but it's like putting Spider-Man against Speedball. They're both superheroes, but they are completely different on power level. Conquest is giving this man PTSD because he's doing what Omni-Man did, but on a way worse scale, throwing him through buildings and ships, and Mark is trying to damage this guy, and he asks for more. Conquest asks for Mark to fight him stronger. Like, what villain does this? And he's just there he says he's only there because he doesn't need to hold back on Earth. And he could do whatever he wants. So Mark is already pretty messed up. And freaking Kid Omni-Man himself, Oliver, comes up and tries to fight him. This is like putting Speedball against Thanos. Conquest straight up tells, this technically like 2-year-old, but more like 10-year-old, that he's going to eat his heart. Like, this is the number one menace, but so Mark gets Oliver the hell out of there, and eventually Mark is able to make Conquest bleed. By this point, Cecil is panicking and wants to DA Sinclair and asks for his reaniman to go help. And he says they're not finished, and Cecil says, then God help us all. Like, Bill has death in his eyes. He's terrified of this man. So Adam Eve, who's in the hospital from the Invincible War, jumps in and to go help Mark. Back in the fight, Mark is still getting pounded. So Oliver shows up and somehow hurts him, but not very much. Conquest throws Mark to the side and slaps Oliver and then snaps his arm for no reason. But was literally fighting Oliver for shits and giggles. By this point, Mark is looking worse than he did when he fought Omni-Man. So Adam Eve shows up and stabs Adam through the gut with his blood. When her blood lands in Conquest's mouth, he legit says, so pretty. This man is the number one menace. Like, bro, is that a fetish? We don't need it. We don't need Mark here. We need the cops, bro. So Conquest basically like, damn, you're still alive? And now Mark is pissed, bro. And he says he's gonna beat you even if he has to die to do it. And then dropped one of the hardest panels in the whole series. Like, I had to stop and just admire this. Mark completely shadows this man's robotic arm, but also shadows his. But he is on full-on villain mode and starts biting chunks out of Conquest and starts gaining a lead. He's beating this man to the ground, screaming, die, die, die. This is when Adam Eve, I don't even know what she does here. She sends like a full power beam into Conquest, burning his body like Dobby, and he keeps getting beaten. Conquest grabs Mark's other hand and shadows it. So Mark has no arms left to fight, and just headbutts this man over and over again, like thousands of times, until he shadows his face in. This was my favorite fight in the comic, at least, and I want to talk about it. I think this is supposed to mirror the Mark versus Nolan fight heavily, but I think it's also showed the hopelessness of this all. But Invincible is one of my favorite comics. But my next video will also probably be Invincible, so you don't have to wait for more.